go.
Hello!
We are
Annie and Konstantin.
And you're watching another episode of
Updates. So I spent the last week with reading a lot of scholarly papers on crowdfunding to a point where I understand less than I had before I started.
That's an important benchmark. Congratulations.
I'm not sure about that, but then again, during my 16 semesters of university life, there are maybe like 5 or 6 scientific papers I ever wrote. So I have a pretty clear understanding about most of media production, from app development to website building. But writing a scientific paper is not a thing I'm very proficient at. So I rely on Anne's expertise. That's what I've been working on the last week. Gathering bits and pieces of information from the scientific sources, but also from the less scientific sources. And all I have to do is to combine them and to create the best crowdfunding campaign possible for the Depression Anxiety Life Hacks. And for that, there will be probably a direct reach out to the audience via a little survey we're planning. Because one of the most important things that are stressed again and again in the not so scientific literature from experts is to connect to your audience and gather as much information as possible. And since we are in the very lucky position to be actually able to show the things we are crowdfunding for already and have a little but actually present, sum of people who found our content interesting enough to click on the subscribe button. So it would be a waste to squander all this potential and not reaching out to the people and trying to get them into our little web of brain weaselly domestication
informants.
Crew members on the Brainweasel domestication ship to infinity and beyond. How far is beyond infinity?
Further.
So what have you been up to lately, Annie Banana?
I have been finally working again, so I am delving into all of the things I learned last semester and writing them into documents so that I can turn them into PDFs and officially submit them to receive a grade. At the end of learning, you're supposed to write a thing and give it to someone so they can be like, yes, you learned good. Carry on. And that is actually really nice because I actually really like writing. But don't tell anyone because I'm really struggling with writing anything right now. Especially don't tell Konstantin because he's really looking at getting my help and relying on my expertise in this matter. So he really can't know that I'm at a point of not knowing shit about shit.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Everything's beautiful. Let's talk about epiphanies.
So as it is the nature of my studies, I've been reading up a lot on crowdfunding, and there are obviously a lot of different ways to see crowdfunding and different voices. And by now I think everyone who has looked even a little into crowdfunding is aware of the fact that it's more than collecting money. It's about creating a community. There has been the notion, which I also very much like and support, that crowdfunding can be actually used to disrupt the system we are living in on a larger scale. Because there's this nice German saying that your shopping receipt is a voting ballot. Supporting a project with money is a step further than, signing a petition online. We are living in a global capitalist society. So the easiest and at the same time the most poignant way to, tell the man what's up is to vote with your money. And there have been already very interesting concepts that build upon that spending power. But I think we're not there yet. I think that's okay. Because for instance in Germany there has been a study that says 60% have heard about crowdfunding and 30% could actually explain what that is. So the concept isn't there yet, but it's growing. And even though with a 50% success rate, it's still more than enough so people succeed and tell their friends about how that works. So even though there hasn't been this super amazing, awesome crowdfunding revolution of support for good stuff boycott of the bad stuff. To put it very, 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 very plain and simple, culture develops exponentially. It's a hockey stick development, and we're still at the beginning of the hockey stick. I think it is going to, increase exponentially and change the way we consume in a meaningful way. But we're not there yet. But that's okay, because this is the way big social-cultural changes develop. So this is my epiphany. It's more of a prophetiphany. Propheniphany.
I'm not really in a mood for terribly complex, philosophical, far-reaching epiphanies right now. I don't care about the big important things right now. I care about the little things. I care about getting through a day and feeling pretty damn decent. And I'm having serious trouble with the deeper thoughts right now, which always feels very sad and inadequate, because the deep philosophical thoughts was always very important to me. I always very much enjoyed that. I enjoyed that as a kid. But right now I don't have that. I don't have access to that. I can't care about the deeper truths. And that's really hard when you combine it with academia. Because I need to have people who write academic papers need to have the ability to have deeper thoughts and to have complex summaries and ideas. Right now I'm just very base level. I'm just very not intelligent when it comes to that. And that's making writing very, very difficult. And that wouldn't be a problem if it hadn't been already very, very difficult for a good 3 months. Which is why I'm still writing this mess right now. I want to say, and that's okay, because sometimes you just can't hit the tip of Maslow's frickin' bullshit pyramid. But that's not really true, because sometimes life kind of requires you to play up in those leagues, even when you're not feeling up for it. So I guess I'm going to go with the appropriated wisdom from Neil Gaiman and Jenny Lawson and go with, when you can't do it, pretend like you're someone who's good at it. Write and make up complex thoughts and then giggle to yourself about the fact that these people won't even know that I don't even have those thoughts right now. What I'm thinking is, I'm kinda hungry and I want a nap. Sometimes you just gotta fucking fake it. And then maybe you'll learn how to actually do it again. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So that's what I got this week. I'm kinda hungry, and I almost want another nap. How about you? So I just took a nap and dreamt. There's a new function of the internet where it recognizes when you're getting frustrated and then records your thoughts for 30 seconds. And we just discovered this function and basically looked up all the people who got frustrated with any of our web content, like videos and website and whatnot, and then looked up their IP address and packed our stuff to go and explain things to them. Like, they were all good people, they weren't like being mean or anything, they just didn't understand something in the website, like one of them couldn't get a YouTube video to play, so we were like, we can help this person! So we grabbed our bags and like ran out the door to go help that person, and that's when I woke up and stumbled over here where you were watching animated videos of Smurfs with children's voices telling stories, and I'm pretty sure those two are connected.
Yes, and we need your help to find out the connection. So we will link this video of these Smurfs in the This Too Is Nice, and then you tell us what the hell was going on.
It also means probably that you can send us secret messages by clicking around one of our websites, getting really frustrated, and then thinking things for 30 seconds.
And another random bit done.
Hello!